Hello, wherever you are in the world today, and welcome to the Inner Wisdom Tarot channel. Thank you for coming along and viewing, and just take whatever you need and leave the rest. Today's reading is in line with the new moon in Taurus for the 16th of May, and it's talking about time to set your intentions related to stability, resources, and your personal values. So what would you like to build and grow in your life? With Taurus being an earth sign, it emphasizes the practical and physical aspects. So let's have a look and see what the reading will be for today. Mother, Father, God, Divine Spirit, guide me in my reading for today. Let it be something that relates to the people that are listening, that they can get some clear guidance, and let me be a channel of your love and light. Amen. Okay, that's not quite showing what we need it to show. Let's just alter that there. There we go. That's looking better. Let's put those up a bit so we can see them. Let's move that along a bit because I get a feeling we'll have 4 rows there today. All right, so we've got the 2 of Swords. You're at a crossroads at the moment. There's something pulling you both ways, and you're looking for clarity on it. You're feeling like you're stuck. So that's what the challenge is at the moment. You're just feeling stuck with something. However, you do have all the resources, but you can't quite see that at the moment. So the challenge is you've got untapped potential. We're not fully using those resources that are available to you to create what you're wanting to do with this crossroads that you're at, to make the decision, realizing that you actually have the resources to do what you want to do. So that's the challenge. You're feeling you don't have the resources. You're feeling that you're doubting your intuition. This is the challenge. You're at a crossroads with that, and just got to, stop doubting your intuition and realizing that you do have the resources there. So the status quo is you're just going along with everything, and it can feel like there's a lot going on, and you've got to you're rushing to keep up with life, and that's the like the hamster wheel you get caught in, and there is a tendency to look back on the past and see how things used to look better back then, or it seemed easier back then. And life, in a way, when we look back, it can look like it was easier, but we tend to block out the things that were hard and only remember the things that were easy. So it's kind of like a skewed view. So trying to live from the past doesn't work, because it's not a true and full view of what was actually happening. We kind of screen it. We kind of see it just through a tiny lens of what we enjoyed about the past. So it's good to let that go And that's trying to live from the two places, from the past and trying to keep up, with everything that's going on and feeling like you're falling off the wagon. This is scattering your energies at the moment, and this is part of the challenge that's within at the moment. Those energies are being scattered. What you value isn't, you're not being true to what you value, because at the moment you're going in too many different directions, and the challenge being is you haven't decided where you truly want to be. So there's the challenge of, where is it that you're wanting to be, feeling stuck and not seeing your full potential at the moment, and not fully following your inner guidance to allow it to become clear where the path is and where you can go. So these are the challenges that are arriving at the moment. Now, the new perspective with the Four of Pentacles, the new perspective is letting go, not holding on so tight to all that you have. And sometimes it can seem like what we have, we've worked really hard for, and it's just natural to want to hold on to it and not let it slip away, especially if we're on the older, where they've got more years on us than we had before. We can feel like it'll be harder to get it back again. So we do hold on tight, but it's not a time to hold on tight. The new perspective is to let go, ease up a bit, be easy on yourself, be okay with spending, not overspending, but spending on yourself. Do things that bring you joy and be okay with that, instead of trying to watch every penny, because that can just make us feel tight and tension. So the idea is to open up, be okay with splashing out every now and then. There's a new opportunity, there's new potential, there's a new energy coming in, a new passion, something that's going to connect you with your true identity, with that part of you that you've wanted to express, that you've kept hidden. So look for that. Look for where this is coming in. It will come up. A friend might just say a few words to you about what they've been doing, and it just puts on a light bulb for you. Or it might be the lyrics of a song, just brings out something, something. Not, I don't want to say old memory, but something buried, that you've buried for a long time, that's still alive, that wants to come out and take form. So just watch that. And with the new perspective, very important to let go of that old circular thinking, those old thoughts that can be of lack and limitation. So work on letting those old thoughts go and allowing some new thoughts, some better thoughts. If we want a better life, we need to think better thoughts. Allow these new thoughts to come to the front of your mind, and allow them space to breathe and to grow and thrive, because this is going to help help you see that new potential that's coming. You'll be able to see that opportunity come, because you'll have these new thoughts that will support it and nurture it and grow it. And you've got to go with that flow and open up to it. Open up to this new value. You have a lot of value of who you already are, but you can add to it. This is the exciting part, is opening up with this new way of thinking, these new thoughts that support who you are and who you want to be. If you want to be a kind person, you have kind thoughts, you have kind and loving thoughts. You've got to match the thoughts with who you want to be. It's like, and tomato seeds will only produce a tomato. They're not going to produce an apple. So the thoughts that you have are the seeds you're planting that will produce the fruits. Who do you want to be? Have thoughts like that person would. And the integration of that is allowing something to be revealed about yourself that in the past you may have hidden. You may have wanted to keep secret. You may have not wanted people to know about it. But this is not a time to hide in the background. This is a time to step into that new energy of yourself, not to be afraid and you don't have to protect it. You don't have to defend yourself. It's not a time to do that. It's a time to allow that to drop away and just really stand in that new energy of who you want to be and be proud of it, own it, claim it as yours, and be true to yourself. It's easy to follow illusions. There's people out there that are going to be trying to distract you and say, hey, look, buy one, get one free. It's only going to cost you $600. There's so much of that around. But when you know who you are, when you know who you are and you've got lots of people asking you to do things, it's like, well, that's not in line with my values. So, just for argument's sake, something really easy. If someone asks you to, because you work somewhere where there's lots of items around of value, and they say, oh, I really want one of those. Can you steal one of those for me? Well, of course, if you have that value, you wouldn't steal. You would just say no. And it makes it easy, isn't it? It makes that answer easy. And then, if someone is sick and they need your help to get to the doctor and they aren't able to drive themselves, but you're at work and you have that value of this is a really good friend that you know well and you just want to do anything for them, and of course you'd say yes. It makes it easy. And that's what I'm saying. When you know who you are and those values that you live by, the choices become easier and you get to see where they are. And the Page of Pentacles is just letting you know that grow your value, what you value, because what you value, you bring that value to the earth. You bring that value to the community you live in, and you live by that value, and it just emanates out to everybody, and they can feel it, and that is of value in itself. That's something that people can get. They can get a lot of stability, and it can help them shine their light when you're being true to yourself, and you can see what your what you believe in shows, and it shows, and it just emanates out in everything you do. And you don't have to say it, or you don't have to stand on your soapbox and say it. It just emanates out from everything you do. And that's the thing to help you make your decision of who you are. You're feeling stuck, but maybe the stuckness, the challenge there is coming back to the Page of Pentacles. What do you value? What do you want to manifest in your life? Because the more attention you put on it, the more it will grow and give back to you and support and nourish you. So maybe that in itself will help you get unstuck from being at that crossroads. Maybe it will help you come back to, okay, now that decision is way easier because I can see what I value. And maybe both of those paths are not actually what you thought they were going to be, now that you've had a look and seen what your values are, and you can easily choose that third path that's going to bring you, it's like 1 + 1 = more than 2, it's going to bring you more than that, more than you could have hoped for by following your true authentic self. So let down those walls and those guards. Don't be swayed by what other people want you to do. Look out for that opportunity that's coming your way. and be open with your finances. Donate something that you wouldn't normally do. If someone asks you for some money, for a charity, say yes instead of no. Or if you're walking past a busker and you like their music, just pop in a couple of coins. It makes their day. Things like this. Know that you have the resources to bring about the manifestations you want. So stop that doubting yourself. Stop living in the past. Stop running around in that hamster wheel. Look at what's of value to you. This will stop you feeling so scattered and help you to follow your intuition, to lean more into the life that you're wanting to live. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there today, and I'm going to choose a card like I usually do just for confirmation. This is from the Soul Coaching Oracle card. I really like these ones. So, abundance. Oh, let's see what. And I've got my glasses on today, so that means I'll be able to read the cards. And the other one is from Alberto and Colette Baron Reed, the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Okay, what do we need to know to confirm these cards in this reading today? These are new, so they stick together a little bit. Okay, here we go. Abundance. I'll be right in the front. Yes, abundance is the very first card, number 1. Open yourself to receive. Avalanches of abundance are waiting to flood into your being. Everything is blossoming and bearing fruit now. The prosperity you seek is yours. Abundance is your birthright and coming to you in many ways, including money, energy, time, and love. Have faith and release any fear of loss and lack, which are only perceptions. There is abundance of everything. Give deeply and fully without fear, for the more you give, the more you'll receive. It's a universal law. The Creator desires that you prosper in all areas of life. A windfall is coming. Align your vibration with the energy of that which you desire to manifest. Whatever you focus on grows in leaps and bounds, and as you focus on gratitude for the abundance that you already have, your prosperity will increase. And the Shaman's Dream Oracle is number 14, Drifter. The Drifter invites you to step out of your to-do list and your ordinary routine to feel the breeze against your skin, calling you to follow the wind and explore life's opportunities. When the Drifter appears, it's a sign that it's time to cut the mooring lines that hold you to the dock. It's not only important to know the destination before you set sail, it's not always important. It will become clear to you as you leave the port. Do not wait for a map, as there are none where you are destined to go, but be sure that you do have a compass to keep yourself true. Yours is your pure love and your intention to be free, even of your own beliefs and preconceptions. Few appreciate the energy of the Drifter. Here you might not seem to be doing anything worthwhile or meeting someone else's expectations, but you're the only one who understands that others are running full out on the hamster wheel and getting nowhere. Your laziness is the underappreciated virtue. You know that life will find you and bring you everything you require without having to search for it, by simply being instead of frantic doing. Even as you let your mind wander, releasing it to go on a daily walkabout, call it back home regularly to deliver the news from the cosmos. The Drifter helps you find what you are looking for, even when you don't think you are seeking anything. I love the way they always tie together. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day wherever you are in the world. And thank you again for listening. Remember to leave a comment or like if you have resonated with anything in this reading. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now.